Alright, concentrate. So question 20. So this is about circle. So what can you think about? So what we have? We have O as the center, isn't it?
Yes.
Do we have the diameter?
No.
So do you need to use the angle in the semicircle? No. But is this the quadrilateral? A, B, C, D. Is this the quadrilateral here? It's not really a quadrilateral yet. So that's what we're going to do for the first step.
Draw a line from A.
So you can draw a line to connect A and D, isn't it? And then what can we say? If we have a quadrilateral, then what at what is equal to? The opposite angle adding up is equal to 180. So we can say 114 plus 28 plus angle OAD. Angle OAD should be equal to 180 degrees. What's the reason here? Opposite angle, cyclic quadrilateral. Okay? Then we can calculate the angle OAD is equal to 38 degrees. Then what's the next step we can do?
OAB equals to ODA.
Why?
Because the isosceles.
Because the isosceles triangle, isn't it? Because we have OA and OD is actually the... Just wait a sec.
What was the center?
So think about OA and OD is the... Look at your own graph. OA and OD is actually the radius, isn't it? So we can say OA is equal to OD, that's the radius. So we can have the angle ODA is equal to which angle? ODA is equal to angle OAD. And I'm giving you 38 degrees as well. That's the reason of base angles, isosceles triangle, isn't it? Okay? So now we have this is equal to 38. Now we want to find out the ABC. Here is our ABC. Then this is the opposite angle of the whole ADC, isn't it? So we can say angle ABC should be equal to 180 minus 38 minus 42, giving you the answer which is 100. So this is actually a quite easy question. So when you see 4 points on the circle, probably into using the cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, so try to draw a straight line to connect them. When you have the diameter, you need to think with angle in the semicircle, the 90 degrees. If you have a butterfly, we have angle in the same segment. And the second one is there's angle at the center, angle at the circumference, twice. Okay, that's the 3 things we always use. They still have others, but if they ask you about other properties, that's going to be hard. So you may not know how to do it. Just think about these 3 first. Okay, so finish 3, Gabby? Draw warm, okay? Okay, so next questions. If P is a moving point in the rectangular coordinate plane such that distance between P and the point. So P is a moving point, isn't it? So all of you is the fixed point. I'm the fixed point today as well. So he is the moving point, isn't it? He can move things around. 係啊，好煩嘅呢個。唔實嘅。係啊，唔緊要啦，由佢。But can you see? Okay. So now we have a fixed point that says 2012. And we have another moving point P. It can moving around, isn't it? But now we have the distance between the P and the moving point always be 5. So where can the P is? P can be here, that's going to be 5. P can be here, P can be here. So that's going to be a circle. That must be a circle. So the locus of P is actually a circle. Easy? Do you know what is a square? Huh? Yes. But how come a locus is a square? You don't learn it. Do you know what is a parabola? You actually know it. Parabola is this. The quadratic function is a parabola. But you didn't learn the locus about parabola. What is a triangle? So you don't have those locus. So if you can't do it, then try to using the circle. Okay? Understand? So next question. So question 31, 29.
So locus is always a circle?
Not always. We have different type of the locus. Do you still remember it? We have circle, we have two parallel line, we have the angle bisector, we have the perpendicular bisector. Those gonna be the locus. Okay? So the bar charts below shows the distribution of the number of the rings owned by the girls in a group. So find the what? So highlight the thing you need to find. What we need to find?
Standard deviation.
Standard deviation, not the variance. It's the standard deviation, isn't it? And corrected to 2 decimal places. So for this one is 0. How many number of girls is equal to what?
2 zeros.
The girls who have rings which is 0, we have how many girls there? 2. For this one we have 8, and then we have 4. 2. So Ria, how we use the calculator to solve this problem? Mode 4, exactly. But you need to enter 0, 2 or 2, 0. What's the difference between them?
0, 2.
0, 2. But if you remember in the last time your quiz, you write 2, 0. You write the reverse one. So remember, Sandeep, what's the meaning of 0, 2?
There's 2 zeros.
There's 2 zeros. Understand? Okay, so try to use a calculator to find out the standard deviation.
1.16.
B.
B is going to be 1.16. So all of you can get B. Zhongwu, can you get it? Yes, so the answer is going to be B. So what you just need to put in is just 2, 0, 2. And then we have, and then you plus n plus, isn't it? And then plus 1, 8. And then 2, 4. And then do the rest. Okay?
Yeah.
If you want to find out the variance, then what you need to do? You square the standard deviation. Okay? You square the 1.16. You square the 1.16, Ria. If you want to find the variance, it's just equal to 1.16 squared.
No.
No. Because you need to use the whole number. Do you remember? The sigma is equal to 1.1 something, a lot of things. You need to take this squared, giving you the variance, not 1.16. You calculate first, and then you correct it to the 2 decimal places. Understand now? Okay. 阿邊個 OK 嘛 Zenith, Abby, okay? Okay? So next question. So now, you finish all of the level 2 questions. Well done. It's around 15 questions. So 15 questions, so how many questions we left?
30.
30 questions left, isn't it? But if you do this 15 questions and get all correct, which means you can get 7 or 8 more marks. 15 plus 7 giving you 22. 22 is above level 2 already. You only do 15 questions and the others just use my method. Choose the same answers. Then you still can get level 2. You only know how to do 15 questions. Okay? So question 3. So not all of the front questions gonna be easy. Okay? Still gonna be hard as well. Okay? So I've teach you 2 methods. The first one is the general method. When you have this is called as the identity, isn't it? Identity. If you have the identity, John, what you need to do? Expand the bracket and then we compare the coefficients. So write it down yourself. So expand the bracket, then compare the coefficient. Okay? So expand the bracket. So RHS, we have, how we expand the bracket? X squared plus QX. We always put the variable at the last. Okay, and then we plus 2x plus 2q. Don't forget this 10 plus 10. Okay? Then what's the next step? You can take out the x, so x squared plus brackets q plus 2x. And then you group the 2q plus 10. Is this okay? Okay? And then we can compare here. What is the coefficient of x squared, Ria? What is the coefficient of x squared here?
X squared.
Yeah.
X squared. Oh,
The coefficient is 1, but this is 1 as well, so we have nothing to compare. And then how about for here? What's the x term? Okay, we have no x term means the coefficient of x is going to be 0. So now we can say compare the x term. We have 0 is equal to q plus 2. Because the coefficient of x here is 0, the coefficient of here is going to be q plus 2. So that we have q plus 2 equals 0, given you q is equal to negative 2. Negative 2. Okay, then we compare the constant. So we have p is equal to 2q plus 10. So we can say p is equal to 2q plus 10. But what is q? Negative 2. So p is equal to 2 times negative 2 plus 10, giving you the answer which is giving you negative 4 plus 10, giving you positive 6. So the answer is negative 2, isn't it? So the answer is negative 2.
No, 6.
Yeah, negative 2.
Highlight what you need to find. You see, you calculate until the last step, you get it wrong. You use 1 minute to calculate it correctly. And then when you finally circle the question, circle the answer, you get it wrong. Okay? So the final answer is going to be C6. Okay? Do you want to learn a quicker way?
Yeah.
Okay, so method 2. Method 2, we need to think about what we want to find. We want to find P, isn't it? So we don't need the value of Q. So where is Q? Q is here, isn't it? So think about how we can make this Q disappear. Anything times this equal to 0. 0. So how we make this become 0? So if we substitute x equal to minus 2, then we can make the Q disappear. Then what we left just P, isn't it? So we're going to substitute x equal to negative 2 into the both sides. So we have negative 2 squared plus P equal to this whole thing giving you 0. So it's gone, nothing there. So just equal to 10. And then this is 4, isn't it? 4 plus P equal to 10. Then P is equal to 6. 5 seconds. Okay? If you're not familiarized, not all the time you can use this method. Sometimes it's not works. Because sometimes they make the question be harder. They want you using this substitute method. They want you to learn about the compare the coefficient method. If you're scared about this, then just use this basic method. Okay? It's slow, but it's actually correct. Understand? Okay? Yeah, okay?
No water.
You want to give water for me? Alright, so next question.
No water.
So what kind of the curve is this? What's the name of this curve?
Quadratic.
This is a quadratic curve. Very good. This is a quadratic curve. And what's the formula of it? What's the formula of this? This is the vertex form. So what's the vertex form in general? It's going to be y equal to a bracket x minus h squared plus k. And the vertex is going to be equal to, the vertex is hk. When this is negative, we take the h. Then what is going to be positive? Then we take negative. Okay? We swap the sign. If this is negative h, we take the positive. If this is positive, we take the negative. Understand? So for here, we have this. Then what is the vertex for this question? What's the vertex here? Just in terms of B.
X.
The x is going to be, the first one is going to be what's going to put here. Like you compare this formula together with this formula. What's your h?
Second. Oh, it's A.
What is the h?
Minus B.
Minus b. Then what is the k?
0.
0. So the vertex is actually minus b. 0. Is this okay? Okay? So this is your vertex. This is going to be minus b, 0. So this point is actually at the positive x-axis or at the negative x-axis?
Positive.
Positive. So this point is supposed to be, should be positive or negative? Should be positive. So this negative b must be greater than 0 or smaller than 0? Greater than. So we can say because the vertex at the positive x-axis, so we can say negative b must be greater or smaller than 0? Greater or smaller than 0? Greater than. But we have a negative sign here. How we move it to here becomes, you just change the sign. So b must be smaller than 0. Okay, so now we decide what is b. Then this curve is open upward or open downward, Ria? This graph is open downward or open upward? Downward. So open upward means the A is positive or negative?
Positive. Happy face.
Am I happy? Am I happy now?
No.
Mr. Terry is not happy now. So this is a sad face. Sad face, the A should be negative. So because open downward, so we can say A must be what, 0? Smaller than 0. So A and B both smaller than 0. So the answer should be D. A very easy question actually. A Form 4 can do it. My Form 4 4N can do it. And only half of the students in DSC understand this topic. It's not a really hard topic, isn't it? You just need to understand the vertex form. Then you can finish it. Okay? Can I move to the next part? Okay, Ria? So, are you surprised for this easy inequality? 41% of the students don't know how to do it. What's the main point? What's make this hard? The or. Okay? They still get confused. So we first solve this equation first, the inequality. So solve this, we have 15 plus 4x more than 3. I move the 15 here, 4x more than minus 12. So x is, do I need to change the sign? But there's a negative. Yes, that's good. Okay, then we have 9 minus 2x greater than 1. So negative 2x must be greater than minus 8. Then x change the sign smaller than 4. Why you need to change the sign here? Divided by negative. Then you draw the diagram. How many points that we have? 2 points. Which one is negative 3? Which one is 4? This is negative 3. This is 4. Then we draw the arrows. Smaller than negative 3. And then smaller than 4. Or means what? Or means all. Or means all. Okay, all shaded area, isn't it? All shaded area, so it's going to be autumn. So it's going to be C. Understood? Like, you see, very easy question, but the student being stupid. Okay? The answer should be C.
Or is all shaded, right?
And means the overlapped area. Okay, for this case, it's going to be this part. Okay? Then if I have A smaller than B smaller than C, this is connected by and or. And. Why is and? Oh, finally, good. Okay, if you didn't see the or, then that must be and. Okay? Trouble what I said?
Or means all shaded area.
No, that's not what he said.
I said, if we have A smaller than B smaller than C, what's this means? And or.
There's and.
And. Why is it and?
Because it's connected.
Because you didn't see the or. When you didn't see the or, then it's going to be and. Okay? I'll tell your mama. I will send this video to your mom. Okay? So question 10. What's this topic?
Variation.
Variation. Partly means what?
Plus.
K1 plus K2 something, isn't it? So we have Y. Y is the subject. So we have y is partly, so partly is k1, directly means directly, times x squared, and another partly, so give you k2, inversely means
K2 over X.
k2 over x. Then we have the situation x equal to 1, y to negative 4, so we can just substitute in, isn't it? So we replace the y by negative 4. Is equal to k1, what is x?
1.
X is equal to 你擘大隻眼 okay? So x is equal to 1 squared divided by 1. So simplify, we have negative 4 equal to k1, 1 squared giving you 1. K2 divided by 1 giving you just K2. So this is our first equation. Then we substitute the second condition. We have 5 is equal to K1 times 2 squared plus K2 divided by 2. Giving you 5 equal to 4K1 plus K2 divided by 2. This is the second equation. Then what we're going to do? How we find the K1 and K2? Program O1. So we have program O1. Then we have, we need to press negative 4 first.
No.
We need to press the 1 first. And then 1. Negative 4. And then we have 4. 1 over 2. 5. So K1 is giving you, K1 is equal to 2. And K2 is equal to negative 6. So we have, I write it here, okay? So y is equal to 2x squared minus 6x. Then we want to find out the y when x is equal to negative 2. So we just replace the x by, negative 2. So y is equal to 2 times negative 2 squared minus 6 times negative 2. Solve the equation, we have 8 plus 12. So that y is equal to, did I get it wrong?
It's 11.
Where is the mistake?
Minus. It's inversely, not times.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Yes, you see, I made a mistake as well. Very good. So it's inversely, so not times x, should be divided by x. So it's going to be minus 6 over x. Okay, so I try again. So I have y is equal to 2 times negative 2 squared minus 6 divided by negative 2. So the y is equal to 2 times 4 giving you 8. Minus giving you plus. So plus the 3 giving you the final answer is 11. So the answer must be D. Okay? If this MC get a 20 here, I make it wrong. Okay? So this question, even that is just 63%, but all of you have the ability to do it. Okay? It's not that hard. Okay? Because if you know how to do these questions, you understand the paper 1 as well. They're the same question type. Okay? So next questions, what we're going to do for this? I never teach you the real way to do it, isn't it? I won't teach you right now. If you want to learn it, I'm not suggesting you to learn it. Just use the substitution. Okay, because in paper 1, they never ask trigonometry directly like this. Only substitution method is work. So don't waste your brain. Okay? So what you need to choose to substitute? Don't use 30, 0, 45, 60 or 90. Don't use those very nice value. Okay? So choose another one, maybe 25, whatever you want. Okay? So can you using 25? So we can substitute theta equal to 25. Bless you. Then we can calculate this out. So all of you use your calculator to find out what's this equal to. You need to practice it. Okay, so let's practice together. Can you see this answer? Can you get this one, all of you?
No.
So 0.5145, can you get it? Wait for the others. Okay. Okay, so I got this 0.5145. And then what's the next step? You put the 25 here again for all of the choices, isn't it? Then what's the mean of this square? So it's actually just equal to 1 over cosine. You calculate the cosine theta first, and then give the squared. So that's going to give you, so 1 over cosine 25 squared. 1 divided by cosine 25 squared, giving you 1.22. Is this correct? So equal to 1.22. So this is actually wrong. Then we try the others as well. Cosine 25 divided by tangent 25, giving you 1.94. So that's going to be wrong. And then we have tangent 25 divided by cosine 25, giving you 0.54. Can I stop now?
No.
It's maybe correct, so you try the rest one as well. So we have cosine 25 times tangent 25, and then inverse it. So giving you, so giving you 2.37. So this is actually wrong. We can only get one correct answer. So the C must be correct. Okay, so just use this method. When you put your calculator, try twice. Okay, don't just try once. This is the easiest question you can get the marks. And then what I said. Okay, fair enough. When you're having a DSC, you need to bring what? Calculator and bring a pencil, identity card.
Yes.
Okay, if you forgot to bring a ruler, identity card can be your ruler. And a highlighter. Okay, you must bring a pencil, because when you're doing the multiple choice, you need to highlight that thing. Don't use a H pencil. Do you know when you're drawing we have 2B, 4B, but F we have HB, we have 2H, 3H pencil. Just use the B pencil. Don't use the HB or 2H pencil. This is for sketching. It's very, very light. Use the B pencil. Okay, understand? And also remember to bring, it's not about maths. For all of the other subjects, remember to bring a water. Water. Like when you're doing a math questions, you're feeling frustrated. Like you can't get the final answer. You think it's very hard. Then what you need to do?
Drink water.
Drink water. Stop for 1 minute. Take a deep breath. Just rest for 1 minute. Like, but don't do it directly. Take a rest first. 1 minute break is very good enough. Okay? Because sometimes we just like, yes. Okay? So let's think about this question. This is actually, even though this is 56%, but this is actually kind of hard question for our student to do. But we can still think about it. So the radius of the circle and the coordinates of the center are R and HK. Do we have a center in the diagram now?
Yeah. No.
Do we have the center right now? No, so the center must be here, isn't it? The center must be here. Okay? So the center is actually HK. Is this okay? So from the graph, H is greater than 0 or smaller than 0? H must be smaller than 0. K must be bigger than 0 because H is at the negative x-axis, K is at the positive y-axis. So which one must be true? So R is our radius, so this must be the radius. This is the radius. So H plus K is greater than 0. Is this going to be true? Is this going to be true?
H plus K is greater than 3, yeah.
Why?
Look at the graph.
Look at the graph. Exactly, look at the graph. Thank you. So this is going to be your K, isn't it? And this is going to be your H. Even that H is negative. But a small h, like for example, negative 2 plus 3, that must be greater than 0. So small negative h plus a bigger positive k. So that must be greater than 0. So h plus k must be correct. The r minus h is going to be, h is a smaller than 0 or greater than 0?
Smaller.
Smaller than 0. So r minus a negative number. This must be a r plus a number, isn't it? R plus a positive number must be greater than 0, isn't it? Because h is negative. Because h is negative, so I can say r, for the second one, we can say r minus a negative number is just equal to r plus a positive number. Because the radius must be positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. So the final answer must be positive. So which is greater than 0. So 2 is actually correct as well. Then how about for k, the third one? R minus k. This is your r, isn't it? This is your r, the radius. But the k is actually greater than the radius. So r minus k must be, you see from the graph, this is the k.
Smaller.
This is the radius. For example, this is 2.
So K is
This is 3. So k is bigger than r.
So it's going to be smaller.
It's going to be smaller than 0. So this must be wrong. So the answer must be A. It's not that hard actually. Okay, I will erase the hard. Okay? Okay? We are okay? You tired? Are you tired? Say no. Are you tired? No, you're not tired, okay? You're energetic. Okay, you know, every time when I come in from the... Okay, it's finished. Okay, every time when I enter this classroom, before I enter the classroom, I always say to myself, I'm energetic. If I'm not energetic, how about my form 6? Okay? Understand? So I will stop here. So more homework. Okay? So do all of the thing until this questions. Okay? So try your best. Okay? So give me tomorrow in the morning. I will mark it. Okay? If you can finish today, then send it to me. I will mark it tomorrow as well. Okay, if you have more time, then try to think about the other question as well. Okay? For the other questions, I think I give you the level 4 question as well, isn't it? So Abby, Red Chai, and it. You guys can send it. Zhongwu, go back home if you have time. Think about those level 4 questions as well. Okay? Don't think you can't do it. It's hard, it's more steps, much more steps actually. You can see the multiple choice we just done, 2 to 3, 4 steps is done. But for the harder questions, they need your time and need your steps. Okay? So try your best. Okay, that's for